Welcome to another episode of the No Promises Podcast with your hosts, Shawn and
hear my hair growing.
And Geoff Gregory.
Hi, Greg, run away.
Two fiction fanatics talking about games, movies, and comics, and whatever else pops into the conversation. On with the show.
Okay, this is podcast number 3, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Shawn, and I'm Geoff, and we're going to talk about a couple different things today. Some video game related, some superhero related, sadly.
Yeah.
And, how do you want to start it off, Shawn?
I don't know. I was supposed to watch Logan, and I still haven't watched it. So I don't have anything to say on that yet.
Okay.
But Geoff did watch Iron Fist.
Yeah, it was a waste of time like everyone said it was. Why it was a waste of time was because nothing happened to the overarching theme that we've seen in the past Netflix Marvel shows. Like, everything before that kind of either it strengthened the character or it strengthened the universe, and this one didn't do either.
It does suck when you have someone that, like, I guess, I don't know, I haven't read very many Iron Fist comics, but, like, I've seen his appearances in other comics, and he seems like a pretty badass character, and then to give him the flaws that you were talking about, kind of sucks.
Yeah, like, he's portrayed as like this little whiny kid in an adult body, and like he's supposed to be this like super calm and like at peace in his core kind of like monk dude, and like whether he's white or not, that doesn't really matter. Like it really didn't in this show. Like all the characters he was around were strong on their own. And, like, the only thing he could do was, like, oh, well, I can blow open, like, a steel door with my fist. But, sadly, most of the time I'm too upset to do it.
That sounds fun.
Not at all. He just, I don't know. I'm not saying the acting was bad. Like, actors will do what with what they're given.
Yeah.
And
you can only do so much as long as you're getting paid, pretty much. You're like,
yeah. The guy from Game of Thrones or whatever, the guy who plays Iron Fist, like he did all right, I guess.
Who plays Iron Fist? I don't even know. I haven't paid attention.
I just know it's some dude from Game of Thrones, but I don't watch it enough to know.
I'll be damned. Word.
But another complaint was that. I would say that because nothing affected the overall universe that they've set up, like, it seems like overall the story is pointless, because it's, like, supposed to show the growth of the Iron Fist, but he doesn't grow. Like, all he does is learn not to trust people, which isn't growth.
That's pretty true. That's not growth. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty much reversion from that. Like,
and you're saying you thought it like might be like kind of something that's setting up for the stuff they're going to do in the future, but you don't feel like it.
Yeah, like the whole reason I watched the thing was because I thought it was going to set up something for Defenders, considering it's the last one of the 4 before Defenders comes out this summer, and like it doesn't do anything. Like I guess the only shared enemy that we know of the 4 characters, like for Daredevil and Luke Cage and yeah, I'm
Jesse something, right? No clue.
I can't believe I'm blanking on that.
Yeah, stuff we should know more about if we're going to talk about, but it's cool.
Yeah. Whatever. The chick from the bitch in room 23 or whatever. that chick.
The bitch from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the heroin junkie.
Bitch. Walter just watched. Yeah, the pointy nose bitch. Yeah, the stuck up bitch.
I didn't know that she had the pointy nose. Why you gotta point that out?
Oh, you're gonna see it forever, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
She's like Michael Jackson's twin. Nah. But yeah, like
all right, from what's set up in all the other previous shows, you know that something big is going to go down in New York. I'm assuming it's something to do with the Hand. I don't know if you know who the Hand is. They're basically a ninja assassin group from just Asia, not even like China or Japan. They're both.
Nice.
Which doesn't make much sense to begin with.
Japan.
But
we come from Japan.
But yeah, they're like doing something in season 2 of Daredevil. I know you haven't seen it, but they were digging some giant hole, and it was never revealed why. But I have a feeling it's supposed to come up in Defenders because it was in the trailer. But like I don't know why they're building like this gigantic deep hole.
We're digging a hole.
Well, it's more like a chasm, really. But like, why is the hole there, and like what's going to come from it?
Are they doing the classic? Gonna like take the center of the earth?
I don't know. Maybe there's a dragon down there. I don't know, because dragons are real according to Iron Fist.
Nice.
Yeah. It's all kind of really strange. Like, based off of what I'm going with Iron Fist, what is in the realm of possibility has definitely been widened, which is good and bad, because I kind of liked its more realistic tone compared to the movies.
Yeah.
Like all the Netflix series, like it's all like down and street level, like normal people that just happen to have supernatural abilities, just getting on with their life, which
that's like
goes for all of them except Iron Fist, because like he has no life basically, and he's trying to escape the life that he's had in the monastery, and it's just. He tries to go back to like everyone he knew in his childhood, which he was 10 when he like disappeared. So like his friends were like his family friends. Most of his family's dead, and like his friends that worked or were like his father's partner in the business, the Rand Corporation. Like they want nothing to do with him because they thought he died 15 years ago. They don't care. It's just really, overall, it's just a pointless entry into something that people are really adamant about. Like, everyone I've known that has seen Daredevil has loved it, even if they don't like superhero stuff. And which is really weird because you haven't seen it at all, but like... Yeah,
I know. I love a lot of superhero shit, but I don't have a lot of time. I don't get to binge watch shit as much as I would like to. But, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to force you to go through. No,
I'm gonna have to force you through butt fucking.
I'm just gonna have to force you to watch Daredevil one way or another, because like, even though it's like 13 hours a season, like. Oh
yeah. It's like a lot of time I have to give up. That's cool.
But the fighting in Daredevil was like astronomically better than Iron Fist, which you would think the opposite. I would think. But the fighting in Daredevil is so good that it's worth whatever kind of down, pointless thing they're talking about at the time.
I would think someone named Iron Fist could do more epic fights than a blind guy, but as long as it's not Ben Affleck being Daredevil, I'm down for it.
Yeah. Better as Batman.
Better as Batman. And I think that's just because Ben Affleck actually, like, in the pictures of him, he's given up. He's, like, giving up. He's just sitting there smoking a cigarette, like, in, like, every picture of him. So I'm pretty sure he's just that Batman. They're like, we should just cast him.
Yeah,
he's that guy.
He's the guy that's sick of your shit, and he's just done with it. Yeah.
He's like, perfect. Whatever. Like, they have those pictures of everyone getting ready for the Avengers, and it's like the Drogo dude working out, and the one Flash dude was, like, running, and Ben Affleck standing there smoking a cigarette. And it's just like, yep, that's about right.
Yeah. Well, I think that's enough about Marvel's failures recently, but let's talk about something else that we're a little disappointed about. Let's talk about how Destiny, at least Destiny 1 is more or less dead to us.
Yeah.
It's been dead to us since March, which sucks, because they just had an update in March, and we wanted nothing to do with it because the overall idea of us losing all of our stuff for the next game, like, that was just the perfect thing to finally stop the addiction. I was just like, oh, well, this crack doesn't work anymore.
And if you don't really know us, we played Destiny Hardcore. I kind of got in late in the game, but it was right before an update. So, it was right
before Rise of Iron.
So I got in then, and we played pretty much every single night from then on. And it was a great game. I loved it, had a blast, but maybe you shouldn't announce that we're going to lose everything, because I am done. I'm not going to play for something that I can't keep. It's pointless. I don't care.
But you're still psyched about Destiny 2.
I'm extremely psyched about Destiny 2. And we all know not to trust trailers, but it looks badass.
Well, I've seen gameplay too.
Right. Yeah, the gameplay.
The trailers are good.
Right.
But the gameplay looks like it's pretty good as well. I don't necessarily like how they're dropping 6v6 for PvP. Now, I haven't been the biggest PvP fan like ever. There's been times where I've enjoyed it more than hated it, but that's about it. You, on the other hand, that's like the thing that got you hooked.
Yeah, I was actually looking for like a PvP game that I don't know, wasn't as ridiculous as like something like Halo, because Halo had been out so much and everyone's fucking amazing at it, or just the worst at it that you don't even want to play with.
There's very little middle ground in between.
So, Destiny was really cool, and then, of course, having someone else to play with always makes a game cooler. So, I got into it pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got most of my shit from PvP. I mean, I never did a raid.
Yeah.
I didn't even have enough friends to do raids. I was like, no, whatever.
You probably do now, but you probably don't want to raid with them.
I'm not the most consistent player.
Well, a lot of our friends in general don't take stuff very seriously. So, like, there would be probably a good 4 hours of fucking around and 4 hours of actually doing the raid. And having 8 hours of spare time is a little much. So, I did hear that they were looking to make hard mode a little more lenient in deaths. I don't know what exactly they're going to do, but they did say that they were looking at penalties, like what exactly you get penalized for. So, like, the way a current hard raid works is if you die, you're dead, unless you're like a self-revive warlock. But that not the funnest playstyle to have, because basically you never use your super until you die, which is
annoying.
But they did say they were looking at the penalties in hard mode, so I'm hoping maybe you can die once or something like that. So, like, even if, like, you die, it's not the end of the world. You can just, like, get up and try again.
Right.
Whereas, like, what they're doing now in certain PvP modes is that instead of like you can revive all the time, well, at least you could in like 3v3 modes, you can revive your teammates. They're making it so, well, a lot of it now is going to be 4v4, so it's going to have that more 3v3 feel. So, like, kind of higher stakes, less room for error, which I'm not too crazy about, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely going to become more sweaty.
Yeah. Sweaty games.
Sweaty.
But on the other hand,
sweat!
They did reduce kill times across the board for weapons, so it may actually become more like Halo, Shawn. How do you feel about that idea?
Whoa. I feel great because it's already sweaty as fuck, so I'm sure people will come in that
I mean, with with higher kill times, yeah, because it would take more bullets to kill you, so it would be a higher kill time. with higher kill times, you would have more chance to react though.
Yeah.
So like, oh well, I'm getting shot. Well, I'm gonna get to a more defensible spot. But I mean, you'll still have choices of like, well, maybe I can take this dude if his aim is bad. So I mean, it's all based on how you go about the situation.
Right. Which I always just charge in.
Yeah.
I just shoot everyone in the fucking throat. If I die, I die. And that's why none of your friends like playing with me.
Whatever. Everyone has their different way of having fun.
Yeah. Well, I like playing the game for what it is. I don't care that much about KDs. I just want to shoot someone in the fucking throat and be like, oh man, that's a highlight.
Yeah. Well, how you feel about them moving like shotguns and snipers to power weapons? Like now they'll be in the same slot as what was your rocket launcher and your machine gun.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. When I first heard about that, I thought that was pretty, I don't know, crazy in general to think about.
On the flip side, though, like that means there'll be less shotguns that you'll have to deal with.
Right. That's good and bad because I liked using shotguns, but then also, like you said, you aren't going to get shot up that much.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It seems like a lot of people are going to be changing their loadouts to a semi-automatic weapon and a fully automatic weapon. That's pretty much what everyone's going to be going with their loadout. It may differ based on preference, but I know I'm more than likely going to be running a scout rifle with a SMG sidearm, basically.
Right. That's probably the best thing to rock, because then you got your accuracy, and then you can spray when you need to, too. So.
And then there are people that are just going to be running double hand cannon. So.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I can't wait for that.
Oh yeah, because they'll get low in their mag on their main gun, and they can just switch to their second gun and keep firing, no reload.
Shred the shit out of you. Yeah. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Well, we do have the beta coming up on July 19th, and that's if you pre-ordered on Xbox. Most other players, they'll probably be playing on the 18th. For PS4, and then I guess everyone else plays after that, and PC's supposed to get their beta in August, and PC's actually coming out a month and some change after Destiny 2 releases on everything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. That's pretty crazy.
It's October 14th or something like that. That's when it's supposed to be hitting PC. But I think that's just because they're trying to optimize it for that.
Right.
But at the same time, I think it's also so that any kind of discrepancies as far as anything super game breaking revealed within the main game, they're probably going to try to clean that up a little bit before it hits PC, because PC is going to tear that game apart. I'm sure someone will find a way to open up something into the raid that won't be accessible day one, and all kinds of crazy shit like that.
PC people just shred the games.
Yeah. Well, they go through them so quickly, so they try to get the most out of it all at once, and they're not very patient in that regard. But we got Destiny 2 beta.
Which is cool. I'm looking forward to that. Just to play Destiny and feel like it's actually going to lead to something, opposed to it's for nothing.
Well, I don't even know if that's the case, because now they're talking about how they don't even want to talk about the darkness in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just focusing on the Cabal. I mean, maybe the DLCs will have some other stuff, but they said they're just going to focus on the Cabal on this one and not the darkness overall. Now, they are going to have the enemies of all factions still in the game.
Right.
Just as far as, I guess, story missions for the main story, and, the raid, of course, that's supposed to be all Cabal, and they said they weren't really going to go anything further than that.
Huh. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, I already got the season pass purchased for everything else that's going to come out, because I know I'm going to play it.
Right,
but I'm hoping they do more with that than they did previously.
Yeah.
What class are you going to be starting Destiny 2 with? Is it going to be Titan like usual?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start running with the Titan. When I first started playing, Jeff suggested that I started with a Striker Titan, and yeah.
Well, you like charging in there, and that's exactly what they're made for.
That's what I did, and I think really they just needed a Titan. But nah, it definitely worked for my playstyle, so I'll probably pick that again. But I ended up liking all the characters for different reasons. You know, all their playstyles are cool. It gets kind of annoying when you're switching back and forth and you're like not paying attention.
Normally switching between the classes, as soon as you start jumping, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm playing something different.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna start on my Warlock. Probably gonna be a Void Walker or whatever they decide to change that to. I'm hoping they don't change too much about it, because if they ruin that, I don't know. Definitely gonna be some tears shed that day.
Yeah, but I definitely think that the Titan would be the best for me to continue with. Just I don't know. I don't even know anything about the subclasses in that. Are they
have you seen
all of them all?
They seem to have been changing like the secondary classes, like the Sun Singer's now called the Dawn Blade, the Defender Titan's now known as the is it the Sentry?
The Bubble Bitch.
Oh no,
Bubble Bitch.
Now you have to opt in if you want the bubble, because otherwise he gets a Captain America shield.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you haven't seen any gameplay of that?
No, I haven't.
Oh well, yeah, he gets a purple glowing Captain America shield that he throws, and it ricochets off enemies and vaporizes them.
Oh shit. That's pretty crazy.
So
I'll be shielding people.
I take it you haven't seen what they did to the Striker Titan then?
No.
Well,
I probably should pay more attention.
Well,
it's been a rough week.
Now they have the Striker Titans have a roaming super, so you can still Fist of Havoc, but the area of effect that you did before is going to be a lot smaller now. But now that you like do that first slam, you can then run around like covered in lightning, and you're faster, and you can shoulder charge motherfuckers.
Nice.
Just like while you're lightened up, and it's a one-hit kill. And so, that's where your shoulder charge is now. It's not going to be just like something you can sprint and do.
Right.
So you still have access to that, but it's in the super, and you can either choose to do those, or you can do 2 more slams.
That's pretty crazy. 2 more slams. That's pretty epic.
It's a lot of slams.
That's the slams, yeah. You're going to have people panicking everywhere.
Yeah, there's going to be, like, initial panic, then there's going to be, like, well, here's my middle panic, and then my final panic.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it is.
And the only other thing they changed, at least what we've seen so far, they changed the Blade Dancer is no longer the Blade Dancer. Now it's called the Arc Strider, and he gets the long staff. Okay. And a lot of people on the subreddit have been calling him the Pole Dancer.
Nice.
So.
Nice. They should have thought about that a little bit.
Maybe. But overall complaints from Blade Dancer users were that like either their attack swing wasn't far enough, or they'd have short stops, like they would swing at an enemy and just it would look like it connected, but it didn't.
Right.
But with the staff, it basically gives that blade
that little bit
more reach. It gives it like a good 3 more feet.
That's cool. Because I've definitely had a couple times where I've like right at someone and it's just
nothing happens.
Nothing. You're like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Now it does also give you more maneuverability, because like now you can actually like kind of pole vault yourself forward, or
that's cool. Give it a little launch.
Yeah, like use the staff to kind of like launch yourself around. And I haven't seen too much about the build, but I did see that they took away the blink strike, which is like how they could like quickly melee you from a distance.
Yeah.
Now they like took that away, and now it's just like a shock punch is what they have. So like it seems kind of weaker.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe it'll be different once we actually get some hands-on opinions on it.
Yeah.
But anything else that we wanted to talk about?
Well,
did Marvel shit in the bed with Iron Fist?
And we were talking about how before we started Actually, we've been having lots of technical difficulties with this shit, so it's annoying as hell.
Yeah.
But we were talking about before that how we were going to talk about E3 shit, but then we're like, who cares? You seen it?
Yeah. I mean, there's some minor things from E3 I want to talk about.
Well, go ahead. I mean, we can talk about whatever.
Well,
but
let's talk about the thing that made us both go, what? Which was the Dragon Ball Fighters, right? You saw that?
What?
You didn't see that?
Dragon Ball Fighters?
You never saw Dragon Ball Fighters?
Oh, yeah, I did
Okay.
see it. Yeah, yep. Okay, yeah, I saw it. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, alright, I know I talked to him about this one.
Yeah, my bad, yeah.
But, yeah, it's a new fighting game.
Yeah.
It's not within the same realm of Xenoverse, so it's not like wide open fights and like weird angles and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
It's just 2D plane, so it's kind of like how Mortal Kombat 9 took it back to its roots. It's less 3D fighting. They have 3D fighters, but the arena is on the 2D plane. But
which I enjoy more. Flying around a lot is annoying as hell.
Yeah, because like everyone's like microscopic. And it's like I can see him powering up. Now he's in my face.
Right.
So like, I definitely prefer those 2D fighters more. Like I was really big into Budokai 2, and Budokai 3.
Yeah.
Those were like really awesome. But as soon as they went to Tenkaichi, I lost a lot of interest. Hell, like Burst Limit was the one game that we always played on the 360. Like, just outright carnage.
Yeah, we played that shit a lot. Yeah, that was fun.
And the main thing that I did like about Dragon Ball Fighters was that the art style is like super, I don't want to say like super realistic, but it is super
like cartoon style, like on point.
Yeah, it's on point because like it looks exactly like the show did. Like, and I know they say that every single time the Dragon Ball game comes out, but like it looks like flawless in how it was done. Like just the dust, like twisting around somebody as they're like souping up. Like it looks exactly how it did in the show, and just the animations are just on point, and everything looks true to form as what we've seen. Even the moves, like you can still blow up the planet and like change the way the level looks. Like that was one of the main things I liked.
That was always fun.
Like having that zoom out of like, oh well, he just fucked this shit up so much that the planet sides explode on one side.
He destroyed the whole fucking planet.
And like that's something that I've kind of been missing. I mean, I've been playing some fighting games, mostly just Mortal Kombat X. And
which
stuff like that.
I bought and installed a second copy because I have to play. We got to play now because I did that.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick that back up
because we installed it on Cindy's name and it won't work for the life of me on my name, and it's fucking killing me. So I just bought a second one.
All right, now everyone can play.
Yeah. It always does something like that. Everyone I know is like, oh, one of us just buy it and plays it. And I'm like, nope, that's not the case for me.
Yeah.
The whole system hates me. It's just like, Shawn, you own this game and you can't play it.
Better buy it again.
Dude, every time I click on a game, it's like, are you sure you own this? I'm like, yes, what the fuck? Dude, it's ridiculous. I hate it.
I'm trying to think of like another. Just last night I started playing Dying Light again, which I didn't even tell you I started doing again. But yeah, I was playing that because I am without internet for the rest of the week, and I still have some access to it. I've just been stealing it from my neighbor because they were silly enough to have an open router. But so like I can't do like any of the big multiplayer games that I usually play. So I've just been like, oh well, this thing needs to have access to save data, which is on the external server. So like you need to at least have some kind of connection. I've just been like relegating myself to that. And I forgot how like awesome Dying Light looked. Like just
it's been a while since I played it, but I remember really liking
the lighting's good and like. It was almost disorienting at first because I couldn't get used to the camera motion with how fast it moved.
Right.
But like you needed that fast for like the reaction time you needed in the game, and like I've been doing that. I had downloaded a DLC for it, The Following. which gives you access to the buggy, and I've been trying to mess with that, but I feel like this game would still be better if I had some multiplayer help, but I don't know if you even own the game anymore, if you just like rented it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I rented it. I don't know. I actually just saw it on there on it was discounted or whatever.
Yeah, it's down to like 30 for like all the DLC and the game.
Yeah, I just saw that. Might have to look into that. I don't know. I spend too much money.
What else have I been doing?
Yeah, I mean, Geoff let me borrow Fallout 4, which I had played.
Oh, yeah.
I had played before, but now I'm more into it because I actually have time to play it. Not much time, but
instead of just like, well, I'm gonna just play this for like maybe 2 weeks,
yeah.
So like you don't have that much investment. But how's that working out for you?
That's fun. I mean, it's aggravating as hell. I feel like opposed to the other ones, it's much harder.
Well, I feel like they scaled up the difficulty because they made the armor, the Brotherhood, Brotherhood steel armor.
Yeah.
They made that like way more powerful. So
right.
And since you can just hop into it at any point, I think the game just assumes you're going to be in it throughout the entire game, and it just adjusted the difficulty scale for that.
Which isn't the case for me because I haven't been in it for a while. I guess the battery dies or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I haven't found any batteries or anything for it again, and I don't know because I'm not very far into it. I just started it like last week again.
Well, on the map, are you headed east or are you headed south?
I'm headed east.
Don't go east.
Don't go east. Okay, head south. Okay.
Go south.
All right. I'm going south.
Because the way they made the map, basically the difficulty curve is spiraled.
Okay.
So like you're supposed to head south and then go to the east, and then you're supposed to go north a little bit, then some to the west.
Okay.
And then, well, it's kind of like a curly cue because it's straight south, the spirals outward from that, overlaps itself, then loops back around up northeast. And that's kind of how the game's story will take you, and you need to kind of follow that path at least to like the halfway point, because otherwise you will just get destroyed.
I just walk straight until I find something, and then I go in there and scream because it's always something I can't defeat, and then I run away. Or it's a couple raiders, I kill them, take their shit. That's fun.
Yeah.
But more than not, it's something that I can't defeat, and it's horrifying.
Well, that spiral pattern, basically, the more it spirals to the east, the more death claws you come encountered with, and then when you end up going to the glowing sea, which is like a super irradiated area where like it's constant lightning, no life around except stuff that wants to kill you. And
that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's
can't wait till I find that, because I'm sure I'll stumble upon it after I've had a six-pack and not paying attention. I'm like, what's this place? Ah!
But you definitely want the power suit for that one, so you might as well just start saving up the batteries now.
I was actually planning on that. I was like, well, I feel like I should be alright for a little bit just trying to save up the batteries. But no, I mean, I die all the time. It doesn't matter. It's fun, though.
Yeah, it definitely helps to be stealthy in that game.
Well, I just did that thing where you go up the tower to save the dude from the super mutants. That's the thing I just
that
did.
one.
It's a pain in the ass, but you can do it at a low level.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that crazy. I died quite a few times just because they come out of every fucking hole when you shoot one of them.
Yep.
They're everywhere.
You're like, hey, who did that?
Yeah.
Hey, where are you? I can see you. You're like, where the fuck do you see me? I can see you.
I see your foot.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're at that angle. Okay.
Yeah, and then it isn't bad enough. There's just like random turret here and there, and you're just like, you motherfucker.
A lot more turrets in this game.
Yeah, dude, the turret, the amount of turrets have surprised me. That's for sure. Because anytime I go anywhere, I'm like, God damn it, there's a turret here too.
Yeah, they were kind of like a joke though in like Fallout 3 and like New Vegas. It was like, oh, a turret, okay.
Yeah, dude, now they'll hit me through like pinholes sometimes, and I'm like, I mean, it is Wildfire, So they are like kind of hitting everywhere. But dude, it's definitely more on point than it used to be because they're hitting me through little holes, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like they definitely these things they should shoot like robots, like with pinpoint accuracy.
Right. Yeah, which is not fun. But yeah, I mean, I just did that, and I'm just running around doing stupid shit. You know how I play games. I'm not extremely serious, but
unless
it's fun.
It's Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft, you better be serious. Yeah. I mean, me, Geoff, and our friend Brandon, and my girlfriend Cindy all played together in Minecraft and have this big, ridiculous world for no reason.
It's small compared to most people.
No, yeah, it's small. It's small. It's just fun.
What we've built is personal, and we're proud of that.
Yeah.
But we've definitely made it a point to ruin every house that Brendan's ever built, just because he chooses to build it so far away.
Yeah, he wanted to be separate from the group. So we're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Stop being so separate. He's like, I like it over here. So the first time, I
asked you. I asked where was Brandon's house.
Right.
Because I didn't even know where it was.
Right.
But you knew the way because you'd been there.
Yeah. So I showed him the way to Brandon's house, and I look away and look back, and Geoff has poured a bucket of lava in the center of Brandon's house, and his whole house is in flames.
It wasn't on purpose, though.
Yeah, he was trying to look in his one of his crates or something. Right?
I was trying to see. I was trying to use his crafting table, but I had the bucket equipped at the time, so it just poured all over the crafting table and ruined everything. And no one believes me. That's what happened.
I took video of it, and it's basically me running up to Geoff standing next to Brandon's house, burning down to the ground, just like, oops.
So Brandon wasn't too happy about that,
and then he built one further away. He built a house
he
further
built one
away,
up in the mountains, further away from us.
So that one we spent about 2.5 hours filling the house with snow, with snow blocks.
Yeah, with solid snow blocks that we had to collect.
Yeah, so we had to collect.
We both filled up on like 4 solid things of snow blocks, and we're like, this should be enough. And then we placed them on, we're like, we only did like a quarter of his living room.
Yeah. So we basically stripped his entire mountain of snow and had to go to the fucking the crafting table, turn them all into blocks, and then fill his entire house before he got on, which we managed
to do. As he got into the party chat, we were like, oh hey, we're just packing up the snow, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna come into the world, and we're like, okay, we just start sprinting away from his house.
All you hear is, what the fuck?
Because we put so much snow around where he would spawn in that it decided to spawn him on top of his house, and I had laid a secondary trap, which didn't work out. Well, it backfired, actually. But I put a hole in his roof and put a dirt block underneath that hole and filled it up with water, so that when he was cleaning out the snow, I was hoping he'd see that dirt block and be like, why a random fucking dirt block? Hit it, then have his house flooded. But what ended up happening was he spawned on top of the roof, got pissed off that there was a single block missing and then one puddle of water. And then I was like, oh, you're upset about the roof of your house. Okay, well maybe you should look inside your house. And then there's good minute of silence, and then he just is like, you motherfuckers. There's this little Brandon voice. And and then we had to explain to him while dying of laughter the whole time why we did that.
Yeah, and then he filled your house with dirt and everything, and has basically made his point to do stupid little things to annoy the living hell out of us now since then.
Yeah. But I still haven't even enacted my final my final prank. We haven't even played Minecraft since then. I'm not gonna say what the plan is, just in the off chance that Brandon has to listen to this.
Just know it's coming.
Just
Brandon.
know it's coming.
It's coming.
Yes.
But yeah, Minecraft and stuff. Is there anything else at E3 that you're excited about? Really, I mean,
Wolfenstein sequel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I loved the first Wolfenstein.
I haven't finished it yet, but like seeing the new trailer for the second one, I'm like, oh, I have to finish the first one.
Nice.
Because
I had a good time with it. It was a fun
it
game.
starts off with BJ. He's like in a hospital, like all blown up and shit.
Shit.
I heard it was from a grenade at the end of the previous game, and he starts out in a hospital and he has to blow his way out, wheelchair bound, wielding like guns and blowing up Nazis while rolling around in the wheelchair.
That's
like
awesome.
that's something I want to see and experience firsthand.
It's like, oh no, he's in a wheelchair.
Oh, Heinrich, run away!
Run away! I don't know what to do.
Yeah, so
I feel so bad shooting him.
You can't shoot a man in a wheelchair.
He can't do that. He's already down.
Meanwhile, BJ's just rolling through like fucking Nazis.
He's still wearing the little gown.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that like really made me like, I guess, happy to see. I mean, obviously there was the Destiny thing. Metroid Prime 4. I don't know.
I saw the trailer for that, but I didn't. I don't know
There's
much
not much
about
to it.
Yeah,
They like showed the title, and that was the trailer.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know much.
A black
about
screen, and then a glowing 4 showed up, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, this is Metroid Prime."
There you go. That's all you get.
Stuff like that is definitely making me finally consider about getting a Switch. But I mean, Switch ain't too expensive. It's only $300. But yeah, knowing that stuff like that is like down the pipeline, like I don't even know if we have a release date. It just said like coming soon, and that could mean from now until 2040. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. As far as disappointments, nothing too disappointing really. It was either stuff I didn't care about or stuff I was hyped about, and that was pretty much it. So it wasn't anything like, oh, that's it. Oh, I remember now. I saw gameplay for Call of Duty World War II, and I was immediately put off. I was all for that game until I saw gameplay, and I was like, oh, it's Call of Duty, but slowed down, no power sliding, no wall running, but it looked like old Call of Duty, which was fine, but graphically, it wasn't there. It looked like we played Battlefield 1. Like lately, we've been playing Battlefield 1 like on a daily basis. We're used to those graphics. We kind of expected those type of graphics in this game. They're not.
That sucks. That sucks because I know a lot of people excited about that, and I don't. I always hate when a bunch of people buy it and then you just never see them play it again. You're like,
I feel like that may be the case. I think stuff I've seen for the story looks good. I might just pick it up just for the story. But as far as multiplayer, like, I have severely lost interest. And like a lot of people are saying like, oh, this is alpha, like it'll get better. Shit doesn't get better from alphas anymore. Those times have passed. Like an alpha and a beta, they're gonna look exactly the same as the game when it comes out. The only difference is like maybe some textures will actually be defined, but overall graphics are gonna be the same. And just from what I saw, I just wasn't impressed. And I'd say that was my main disappointment for E3.
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple movies that we're looking forward to coming out. We got the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
That's going to be cool. And I said in first episode, hopefully they make the Vulture look badass. And I think he looks pretty badass from the little clips that they've showed. He has the hardcore feet that come out for landing, embracing landings and shit.
He's got some metallic talons.
It seems pretty cool. I like the idea of the Tony Stark making the Spider-Man suit, and it's going to be a new twist on it, so it's cool.
So we got that coming out July 7th, so we're probably going to see that weekend.
And then Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde's going to be coming out later that month.
The
July 28th.
Yeah, the 28th.
And
I'm
actually more excited about
I'm excited.
Atomic Blonde than I am about Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited about that. Charlize Theron is basically a badass spy. It seems like, you know what I mean? She, from what I know about it, it is based off a graphic novel called The Coldest City, about Russia in 1989.
Yeah.
But I don't know too much about it. I'm actually getting the book to read it.
Okay.
Just so I know about it. I know where this comes from because it looks badass. It has the very like hardcore like I guess like Aeon Flux thing going for it. A female that's just uber dominant and kicks dudes' asses. And that whole hose scene in the trailer looks badass.
Took out four agents that were chasing her with a garden hose, and then like swung her way out of the building. So
yeah, I mean it looks really good, so we're excited about that, and
we'll have more for you as it comes out.
We'll have more, as soon as we see those, we'll talk about those, and I'm sure more stuff will be popping up.
Yeah, I think we got a pretty big month ahead of us in July. This month is basically anticipation and prep, more or less. But we'll have more stuff for you guys as we come to it. All right, I think that'll finish up this podcast. Anything to finish on, Shawn?
Nope. Have a good one. Queef.
All right.